Greetings everyone, and great here with another Age of Empires 3 replay. So on the left side is the blue Hausa or Husua, I don't know how to pronounce it still. We got a foreign name. So on the right side is the red Dutch, we got Bob Enjoyer. No doctrine, or not doctrines, deck selected just yet. Wrong game I'm thinking of. And when it comes to names of the map, we've got the Jesuits, give access to the Conquistadors, which do specialize in gunpowder and building hit points, and making your villagers build faster. The gunpowder damage is probably a bit more useful to Dutch since they're more of skirmisher focus. The Hausa, of course, generally more rely on Fulani archers, so they may not be super useful for the Hosua, but some of their other stuff maybe could be useful later on, like the Akin and Akanobas. Kitty Cat's starting to go on down.
Clyde.
Envoy moving around, got a shipment available, going for more envoys. Not envoys, merchants. Let's see, we got a foreign name of deck. Let's see, yep, the various cattle. We got the Dane guns, give increase in Bugatti attack and train speed, and that will partially cost coin and influence. So, makes it a bit more accessible. They're also effectively the spy for the Hausa. Silversmith, which is not a very common card, but can be quite nice. And there's Akin and Kanobas, a heavy infantry unit. The Knights, Sarkin Dogarada is for Magadi. Increase the hit points and inflicts more melee damage against cavalry. Simgali's Rifleman and Sahelian Kingdoms. Over here, we do have the #1 deck. Looks like standard Dutch to me, though we do see the British Harquebusers, Bruisers, or however you pronounce them. He's aged up with the Quartermaster. His opponent's not aging up just yet. He's aging up to the Akin.
Nuh-uh.
One Shimfiddles, he may go for the Hausa Kingdom right before the age up completes, so he gets the University Builder and the Trade Builder along with the Senga Cattle. One bank to pull on the field. We do now have the bank wagon being shipped on in. And it looks like it does use a fuse ability there. The blind monks are shooting each other. I suppose it's in their name, Blind Monk. There's the Kingdom Builders, Trade Builder, and the University Builder. Is that close enough to the trade post to be affected by it? +5, 75% influence. Yep, it's close enough to both. There we go. Immediate researches the Akin palm oil exports, which he needed one more influence for a brief moment. Going for the crossing festival. Looks like the cow's gonna be crossing the road. That's what that clearly means, right? Select the breeding, Girot, Akin, and Kanobas. Over here, we got pikemen. May try to torch down some stuff. We do also have native embassy here for the Akin Kanobas. They are costing this many resources, but then again, if I switch over here, they cost this many resources, 100 influence. It needs this research to make it cost not influence. Become a standard military unit. There's the cows. Got to keep those doggies rolling. And I think he just sold one of the cows. The envoy has been made us deliver. I'm trying to think how to make a stupid joke. Trying to say deliver demands, but he died. I guess the message was a bullet to the back of the head. Yep, that joke was not going anywhere. Here comes the Hussars pushing way forward. There is one, of course, palace here to help defend, as well as a handful of Kanobas. They are a musketeer unit. Their melee damage is a little bit weak, but they do have 19 damage with 1 AoE. That 1 AoE could be useful. Well, it's more anti-infantry purpose than an anti-cavalry purpose. The Emir does go down. And I hear the Girot drumming his drum. There's walk rate of buildings and speed of nearby infantry units. Which also looks like he has this... whatchamacallit? University's fully maxed out, so getting some good influence there. But got the good number of pikemen hitting him. Akin Kanobas trying to gauge all these Hussars. Palace provides some good fire support. The university does have some health to help withstand. Girot tooting his horn. Got too many Hussars here, so it looks like the university may go down. Does get a shipment of coin. He needs more defense. He's also going for some fishing canoes. Right now, these Akin Kanobas are costing influence. That's why he's not be able to pull a good number of them out on the field. University has gone down. That's a good spot for replacement one still. Girot takes some damage. He can get inside of the palace. Going for the trading post next. Dutch players being pretty aggressive and being successfully aggressive. Here's the bigger point. The Hausa almost have enough resources aging on up. Influence being shipped on in. Not sure what he should probably ship on in. He can now age up. What you should age up for? I have no idea. Maybe the Berbers? He is going for the Berbers, I guess correctly. Because I think the Berber Camel Riders are a pretty good anti-cavalry unit. The weird light range cavalry unit that only has a melee attack. Embassy's taking some hits. It's a minor loss losing it. Remember as well on this map, there's only fish out here, no whales, so you might want to keep the number of fishing boats to a minimum. Plus, if you go for too many, your opponent will try to counter. If you have a small number, your opponent may not want to try to invest a dock and then ship deal with them. Dutch player has plenty of resources right now. Looks like about ready to age on up himself. Girot's wounded, but he's drumming along. Dutch player is aging up to the Exile Prince. The Berbers are still being researched. Got some skirmishers now being put on the field, which will automatically receive their veteran research. An Exile Prince is the fast age up. He will probably match the Hausa's age up. It's actually getting pretty close. Who ages up first? Take your bets. I generally have no idea. And the Dutch aged up first. Granted, he did, since the Blues age up was standard, he was able to get stuff from his age up, while the fast age up was the thing that the Dutch got. Elite Berber Camel Riders, you can see here, they do bonus damage versus all cavalry times 2. And I was going for the Gansnasi. I don't know how to pronounce these things. It'll make Akan Kanobas a standard military unit, which may not be great. Dutch tends to rely on skirmishers, and there's a good number of skirmishers there. Some Liffid Knights may be in order. Got some Routiers as well. Does get some Irish Brigadiers. Actually, we may see fast industrial for the Hausa. He almost has enough resources. Ymir quickly goes on down there. One villager gets hit pretty hard. The university has been rebuilt. Not the trading post, though. So he does have enough wood for the trading post now. There's Gasinas now. And aging up with the Yorbara. I think that's a fast age up as well. It doesn't look like a fast age up. I can never tell. This progress bar is not easy to determine. Well, Yorbara does care to give him some very, very powerful militia cavalry, which has absurd resistances and good damage, and gets stronger as he starts losing his hit points. More efficient canoes to be employed in the field. I do not know how many is enough. Got some catfish here if you want to get catfished. And now going to trade posts here as well. And we've got some halberdiers. The nice thing about the Hausa player aging up, he will get the free native guard research. So Zaken and Kanobas will automatically get age upgraded. Imported cannons will be useful, but there's a good number of routier here. Luckily, the Burma Camel Riders are pretty good against routier, but they are countered by the skirmishers who are hitting the Akan and Kanobas. There's a champion Orboro Esto Riders. They have absurdly high resistances, not really high health. They get quickly gunned down there. Irish Brigadier are getting elite and quite vetted. Massive number of Orboro Esto Riders and more Orboro Esto Riders. I don't think I've seen this many before. Looks like they're uncapped as well. They are Lancer variants, so they're good against the skirmishers. And thanks to their 55% range resist, they will resist most of this damage. Probably not. I'm probably going to do some Age of Empires 4. I try to do Company Heroes 1 every Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm a little bit behind. I need to get some Age of Empires 4 recordings stockpiled. Got some Fulani archers now pulling the field, trying to get some of these veteran root. They are taking account of the veteran root here. Lastly, Yorbara Esso Riders do go down there. Still just migrating over here. That's probably enough fishing boats for now. There's not too many fish out at sea. See something red? Ah, just a villager right there. Click the deer. That's what I see along the coastline. Villagers taking some damage there. Deer being clicked on up. One, the villagers do go down. Got the native treaty shipment, which I think gets affected by the age up, so he's gone for the Akin, the Yorbara, and the Berbers. And does have Jesuits on the field as well, so he potentially get up to 4 allies. That's quite a shipment there. You got some akin, as well as some more of the akin, the native and the non-native. Guard Conquistadors, Guard Champion Berber Riders, and some Yorboro Oyo Legionaries, or however you pronounce it. Yasunin's Horn, got the Berbers charging way forward. Got some villagers here as well. Halberdiers being engaged by the various units. The Yorboro Oyo Legionaries are a heavy infantry unit. 41 damage is pretty good, but that's probably because it's champion. Berber Cavalry Riders engaging. They do 25% less damage for the villagers. Nothing too significant or insignificant. Very powerful but slow training unit. So they take a longer train time with their little quirk for more stats. Not a bad trade-off. Got a good number of routier here. Akin and Canovas are, of course, heavy infantry units. They do have a bayonet. Halberdiers now engaging a pretty good heavy infantry unit as well to engage in melee. And they do manage to actually connect. Some of these guys are getting killed off pretty quickly though, because the Akin Canovas do have 1 AoE, which is very effective. Skirmish is getting flanked by the Akin Canovas. Conquistadors do also have 1 little AoE effect. Hussars having trouble pushing way forward. They are just age 3 Hussars. The Dutch player is going for his cavalry combat. Yorboro Esto Rider does go down there. The Emir does manage to engage some of these skirmishers. He is classified as a actually it's classified as a light cavalry, so he does take bonus damage from the skirmishers. Hussars getting hit quite bad by the by the heavy infantry's melee. Yorboro Esto Rider trying to engage these skirmishers. Gains good damage. They do have a plus 50% damage versus infantry. And strided damage as well. Got an Emir. The Emir does go down. The rest of these forces falling back. A nice little mixed force. And up here, another palace being established. And now the trading post is under fire. With the amount of Hussars now is falling on the field, some Jesuits wouldn't be half bad. Some Conquistadors. Got more Dutch Halberdiers and Hussars, so we switched to a heavy composition rather than a light composition. We got some cattle being shipped on in. The exchange all your cattle. This will give them 2,000 influence. So you can start perhaps bringing some cannon. Can't say exactly for sure. It'll be up to him. A lot of things he can do for that much influence. Nearly 2,500. So now it's 2,600 influence. All the cows are beyond skinny. 5 food. They're minimal capacity cows. I think cows usually start off with 50 food in them. I could be mistaken. Let's bring in a lot of Berber riders. So it's a lot of influence to consume. Halberdiers push way forward. Does find this granary, a handful of villagers there. We're putting down to 46 versus 39. I wonder how many banks he has at the moment. 5 out of 5. Pretty good. Yorbo Estor Riders now engaging, but these are halberdiers, but they do have pretty good melee resist, 55%. These guys do have double damage, so they're probably doing 32 damage per strike. It's not great against those heavy cav. Halberdiers do quick going down. We got some falconets here, fuel guns more precisely. He does not have counter skirmishing, counter infantry rifling, which is probably been an oversight by the Dutch. That is not an advanced arsenal upgrade, that's a regular arsenal upgrade. So I think that's a critical mistake right now for the Dutch player, because that could improve his damage output with skirmishers by 50% against all these heavy infantry units. It does take out those falconets, very nice. Going for another shipment of skirmishers now. Now I've got a war camp here, as well as a war camp there.
Hello.
Dutch villagers backing off. Blue is starting to put a pretty good presence on the map now, but we now got a counterattack of these hussars. Finds a handful of villagers there, very nice. Okay, now the economies are pretty similar. It's hard to gauge the difference between banks and universities when it comes to total value provided. Because while the influence does get collected at a slower rate, it does provide the influence-based items are cheaper. Berber camera is quickly going down. Got a very good number of hussars there. Skirmishers now firing away. I think the sound bug's starting to emerge as well. My apologies. Dutch right now is completely out of food and income. There's an artillery foundry, not an arsenal.
Commando?
Militiamen advancing. Yorbo S Rider intercepting. Kind of Canova is now falling back there a little bit. A lot of war camps here. Nothing to provide good torch damage. Skirmishers have bad torch damage, and these militiamen have even worse. Honestly, part of me believes that militiamen should, like, I suppose they need to have the torch damage to help engage, like, outposts and all that sort. Part of me believes also militiamen shouldn't have torch damage, like pets. They're meant for defense. Oh, we got a round of the Yorbo SO Riders. Hussars gaining the Yorbo SO Riders thanks to a massive melee resist, taking 55% less damage. These Hussars are doing about 20 damage per strike against them. When your armor gets high, it really makes a difference. Armor stacking is massive. Of course, that's not really a thing in this game. But when your armor gets higher, it really does make a difference. Got some Dutch villagers heading to the town center, having its gun firing. But now the skirmishers are able to engage these Akanakonovas in a reasonable region. Villagers on the mill. Gotta make sure these skirmishers are spread up. They're getting hit by the splash damage. And now got more of the Lifted Knights being pulled in field. How many of the units were Lifted Knights rather than Yorbo Esther Riders? I've been mistaken some of them. The models at sometimes a quick glance are similar, and these are just regular Lifted Knights, not the Guard variant. Which are effectively just a Hussar with dual armor types. They're not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. They're also pretty healthy as well, so they're more of the resilient Hussar variant. Resilient heavy cav.
Commando.
Got some halberdiers being pulled over here. Dutch right now is at 25 villagers. Oh, he has lost a large number of villagers. Where do they all go? Don't remember seeing any sort of mass calling of them. Oh, got a good number of villagers here to get called out as well. So I think the Dutch player is starting to disintegrate. Losing half your villagers is a massive problem. Albert's getting some good damage there onto these Liffin Knights. Oh. Sort of upgrade, and now he's completely consumed everything at his livestock mark. I'm not sure if one of those upgrades must have done something for that. I really don't know all the livestock quirks, or at least all the livestock market quirks. I actually did quite a bit of research on livestock, like cows and sheep, and how to make them good. Surprise enough, you can make them quite decent, by the way. Looks like the Dutch player has back of the game. That's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.